Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. I just wanted to come on this platform and request each and every one of you to really send your prayers, your best wishes, and your affirmations to both Kenya and Angola this week, where we're having elections. And I'm actually going to do a separate show on how African presidents win their elections, what kind of things they do to win these elections. But you have to know that elections are won on the spiritual dimension, and there's been a lot of lies that have been told, or they're decided on the spiritual dimension, not when you're physically going to vote. There are people who will commit their energy to one candidate or another, and that tips the election because of the kind of energetic powers they're carrying, etc., etc. But a lot of these presidents don't play fair, they don't play clean, and the election process itself, family, is one that is extremely corrupt. Even the people who invented democracy, even them, they're having stolen elections and all these things. Look at what happened in the divided states with Biden and Trump, whole other story. Whole other story, family. That was like an African election. So, and right now it's very, very significant because we're in a new dispensation, and this is really, all the elections that are happening right now and moving forward, because even Nigeria is coming up for an election soon. South Africa, I think, will be coming up for an election soon, although I felt like it just happened, but time is moving so fast. But I think it's really important for us to recognize and then collectively as a global group put our intentions towards them, whether it means lighting a candle, whether it means saying certain affirmations. And even if you're not from that country, we all know that we want the new earth, the new dispensation, the revival and restoration of our people that has been prophesied by so many to manifest. And that's what we're calling for, because Kenya is the seat of revival. And we are fighting for the soul of the nation of Kenya right now, and all elections right now. It's a fight for the soul of the nation. And there's a supernatural grace to dismantle the monarchies, the dynasties, and the puppets of the Babylon system. Like, I think, and it's happening everywhere. Dynasties are falling because you see what a lot of these foreigners did, first of all, with colonialism and then with the neo-colonial agenda, was to put their presidents, or to put their puppets in office, to make their puppets president, and then create these like chiefs or kings and queens, political kings and queens, who, there's so many of us. African countries where a father was president, and now we're seeing the son president, Akufo-Addos of this world, the Uhuru Kenyatas of this world. But those dynasties are dying, and there's a precedent that's being set even in the divided states itself, where for the first time in like 50 years or something like that, no Bush, no Cheney, no, I don't know, all those the Clintons as well, none of them are holding any kind of federal office. Because I think Cheney's wife or something just lost. She was the one who was still tapped in, and she lost it. So it's like there's a universal grace for that family. But what a lot of the African presidents have signed agreements with entities that call for chaos, that call for blood, order out of chaos. They subscribe to that thing. So they usually will create chaos in the nation so that they can win, with a disadvantage. So please, family, right now Kenya actually is going into its Supreme Court hearing over the elections, and it's just a battle for the soul of the nation. They've been trying to release this chaos spirit, and we've been shutting it down in the heavenlies. So many people are on their knees for Kenya right now, not just in Kenya, but around the world, because the revival must come, family. Revival must come, and we're in the final stretch to kind of break down that dynastic spirit once and for all, which has never, they're puppets. They're not even in control of their own destinies. They're just being told how to wield this, and they're given all these perks and benefits. But when you really look deep, there's some miserable people, stories for other days. And a sister got in touch in the comments, and also I've gotten 1 or 2 emails from people in Angola saying that, you know, that Jose dos Santos, the former president or the first president, he just passed on, and now the guy who took the presidency from him and then who he handed the presidency over to, and then ended up betraying him and becoming his Judas, is now trying to allegedly play some funny business to stay in power. That's what we're being told. So there's rising tension in Angola as he tries to manipulate the results and the opposition ain't having it. So please, family, definitely put your energy towards these 2 nations, Kenya and Angola, in this season. The way you can do it is you can come together either as a family. Remember, where 3 or more are gathered, or is it 2 or more are gathered, the Most High is there. Write down some affirmations for these nations. Even though you're not in that nation, you can pray for the restoration of that nation, for the demonic principalities that have been ruling over these nations to be finally broken, for the colonialistic spell binding to be broken once and for all. And then either come in unity and stand in unity and speak it, or say prayers for it. If you're led to, fast for even a day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., of course, depending on your health. These are ways that you can do it. You know, me and my soul sisters, for example, we came together and each of us kind of wrote our affirmations and our highest dreams for Kenya, and then we combined those, and that's like going to be our meditation. We meditated on it, we, you know, did a ritual around that, and now we're carrying forth those affirmations for the whole week. My affirmation was not only for revival must come, but for Kenyans to be given the grace of what revival means, because it's not like a church revival. It's Kenya is moving from the 3D space to the 5D space, and is going to be a major door for the rest of Africa to bring in this new energy and this new earth and this new dispensation. So may the shackles of religion also not block people from this new, you know, new revival that's coming, or divert the revival to a totally false thing and a false reset and a false movement. But we are in spiritual court right now for these nations, and thank you so much for standing with these nations, praying with these nations, standing in solidarity, family. If you have any affirmations, leave them in the comments. Let's stand in agreement. For anyone who is watching this show, you know, let's stand in agreement for what is said in the comments. If you see a comment that you like, definitely like it, in terms of what we would like to see for these nations, because the politicians are now the major gatekeepers to the new Africa that we want to see. Tuko pamoja. Looking for a conscious community, or for people, you know, who are on their awakening journey, on their transition to an off-grid living in your country, well, we have the solution, family. We're calling it Unity Communities. We get so many emails every week from people who ask if I know of people in their region, or people in their city, or people in their town who are on a similar kind of journey, who have broken away or are breaking away from the religious psychosis, and they're looking for just people who think the same way in their town, in their city. But more importantly, to give us a community where we feel understood, understood, overstood, where we can bond with people of like mind. And if you feel called to be part of this, definitely email me at drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Please put your country in the subject line with Unity Communities. Get in touch with me, drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Unity Communities.